And by the way, that's the most I don't think I've ever talked about it. Like so, I tried to.
There's my cold opening.
Yeah.
Go. There's your headset.
Thank you.
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz.
You're my daughter.
Yes.
And we have George Janko here.
Woo! Round of applause.
He gave himself. You applauded yourself.
Dude, sometimes you got to.
Really?
No.
To hype yourself up.
Are you hyped up?
I'm hyped up. Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm thrilled to have you. We have met before on another podcast. Oh, I did your podcast.
Yes, we did mine.
But the first time I met you was with Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're. I'm not comfortable saying your friend, or is he your friend?
Everybody's
nemesis.
my friend.
What?
My nemesis. He's actually my enemy now. Every day we meet up and we discuss our evil plans to attack each other.
That's not you. What I know of you, that isn't you. But and that's not what I wanted to have you here before. Aside from that, and we'll talk about that. George is an influencer, an influencer's influencer. You have way more than 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You have your own podcast, The George Janko Show. How long have you had? Were you doing the podcast when you were doing? You were like the co-host of Impulsive.
Yeah.
And then did you, when you left Impulsive, is that when you started it?
No, I started it when I started realizing that I might not be on Impulsive that much longer.
So when did you start your podcast?
26 episodes ago. So we do once a week. So like 26 weeks now.
Yeah. So it's like half a year ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
6 months ago. And how long have you been off of Impulsive?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, you do.
A few
but
months.
It doesn't matter, a few months. So you had a feel, we'll talk about that later. You're also an actor. I know you've done a couple of movies or a couple of movies. You were also, when I met you on Impulsive, you were pursuing stand-up. I just learned before we went on the air that you haven't done stand-up in a while, but you were pursuing, are you still pursuing stand-up?
Yes, very much. I just had to take a break to establish my ground that I'm building. So that way when I jump back on stage, I could just fully focus on it and go back to what I love.
So I'm just refreshing myself and my daughter's kind of perception of you. You came onto the scene as a Vine, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you weren't on the Vine trend, Jackie.
No, I wasn't.
You
But
know what it is?
I do know what Vine is, and I know all the people that came from Vine and ended up blowing up also on like TikTok. I know what Vine is. Like I know the Lily Ponds and all them.
Yeah, but I found Vine fascinating, to be honest with you. I did a Vine once. I did. It was just hard for me to get anything done in 6 seconds. Wasn't it 6 seconds?
Yes, it is 6 seconds. I also, my headphones is kind of like going out. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean
to. No. You should tell us. Are they out?
It's like weird. It's like I can hear you guys, and sometimes I'll lose hearing of me, and then I just want to make sure everything's good before.
Okay, then it's not. It's not good.
Is it just
Ever since Radio Shack closed, can somebody fix his headset? Can somebody help him with his headset? Is it plugged in? Are you kicking the wire? Maybe if you use those.
There's ones next to you. That you
look right there. Like,
all right.
Look at those. Look at those.
Look at those.
Yeah.
I think Kenny said that.
Hello?
up.
Is that better?
Oh, way better.
See?
Okay.
It was you. You were just using the wrong headset.
Fair enough. You did point off that this was my headphones, but we'll just get to that later.
Blame? We're playing the blame game. So Vine, you started on Vine.
Yes.
I was fascinated by Vine. These 6-second little videos, which my plan was to do 2. I only did 1. My plan was to do 2, and I wanted to have a big premiere at the Chinese Theater of a double feature. So I was going to have like a red carpet and then 12 seconds of...
Wah, wah, wah.
That hurts more because that's your daughter.
What does? The fact that she does that or rolls her eyes or doesn't find anything I say entertaining. You wait, you young kid, you wait till you have a child, because you don't get, this isn't good. This business kind of blows up your head. And if you have any self-esteem, all you have to do is go home and say hello to your daughter and it's gone. Yes, I don't
Sorry.
Well, that's your job, right?
Yeah.
It's to deflate me. But Vine, how many followers did you end up getting?
I started right when it was kind of ending. So I met Logan and all the other social media stars I met them at a gym, and they introduced me to social media. I didn't do anything with social media at the time.
What did you do before social media?
I was in the music industry. I was writing and then producing music. And
What kind of music?
At the time, like pop So I was just doing some pop music.
Would we know of anything that you have written?
You could look me up on YouTube and then you'll see me as like a 16-year-old kid producing my own music videos and like.
Did anything chart?
No, but cool things happened. Like my song blew up in Arizona, so I got to go on like radio stations at like Power 98.
What's the name of that song?
Up in This Club.
Up in This Club.
Up in This Club.
Let's look
at that.
Up
in This Club, not the club. Up in This. D-I-S.
Club.
This Club.
You wrote it. D-I-S.
I wrote, produced. We did the music video. I did everything. I was like 16 at the time. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Did you make money with it?
But no at the same time because like my dad.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I mean it made money, but then the money that we made to make it, we're just definitely in the red.
Did you?
I feel like that's how the music business goes.
Her husband's in the music business. Oh.
It comes with a storyline because I'm a storyteller.
Oh, did you direct the video?
My cousin did. We worked on it together.
Is that you?
Yeah.
I see. And you're an actor.
Yes, sir.
Here you go. If you're just listening to this, he's dressed as a nerd and he's crawling in the wind.
And a dancer.
When I step up in this,
It looks exactly like my husband's music video.
All right, we got it. Wow, that sounds good.
Thank you.
It is good.
It is really good.
Why did you stop music?
Why?
I didn't stop. I actually just got back into it. I just released a new song, and that was just more for fun. I like.
What's the new song? Is the new song out there?
Yeah, you can play that. I just released that one recently. It's called "The Heart of David." It was a freestyle.
Heart of David freestyle.
Yeah, that one is more. I feel like people would like that more. The second one, yeah, right there.
I like the first one. And a video.
Reed, actually, the gentleman you met here, he directed this one.
Reed Calder.
You're only writing and producing for yourself.
Yeah, I just do music as my art. I express myself now.
I ask God, give me the heart of David. Honestly, I'm not patient. The devil getting frustrated. The weed is making me lazy. A generation full of babies.
I like it.
Thank you.
Honestly, I can't take it. United States, but honestly, I don't think it's united at all. I'm over here looking like I'm about to go fall. My mental illness is taking the toll of it all. Well, Jesus
is
over
this
here like, yo, homie, get
going to
it on.
continue to be a hobby, or you want to pursue this too?
When I released that one, that I wasn't supposed to. That song was supposed to get deleted.
Why?
There's this gentleman by the name of Rami. He's a producer. He produces for like Kid Cudi and like all these unbelievable artists.
Right.
I had a dream. We made this song that like a lot of people enjoyed. And so I called him up and I said, hey man, I had this dream, just to joke around with him, because my buddy Tanner Fox, who's also in the social media field, he's a huge fan of Rami. So I was just connecting them. And I don't know if you've ever seen somebody and remember your dream. You're like, wait, hold on. I had a dream about you. We made a song together. And he goes, bro, that's so weird. He goes, I had a dream that we made a song together. And so I go, well, no, we have to do something with this. So he had that song that had to do about God in it, and I'm very involved.
Religious.
I'm in love with my Lord, and he put it on, and I just started freestyling on it.
That's freestyle.
That was freestyle, and I actually have it recorded as me freestyle. Now I didn't go through the whole entire thing freestyling it. I was talking at first. I was like, "Yo, I'm about to get your bitch," and he paused it. He goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "You don't get no bitches. You're with your girlfriend. You love God. Talk about that." And so I was like, okay. And then I started freestyling. I asked God, give me the heart of David, because that's what I was praying for at the time. And then I just started going. I said like 2 lines and I stopped. And he's like, okay, go again. And then I would follow up that line. And then within 9 minutes, that whole song was done.
But why? You said it was a mistake that you put it out.
Why
you
is
weren't
it-
going
why-
to.
oh, yeah,
It wasn't a mistake. I just didn't want to put it out. I thought it was like, dude, no one's going to want to hear me rap. But I carried this flow my whole life. I just never showed the rap, because when I was growing up, people were like, bro, you ain't gangster, don't rap. So I never pursued the rapping, even though that was where my heart was kind of at. I did the Up in This Club, and I did all the singing because I was inspired by Justin Bieber. The Up in This Club song Kiss FM had a competition. 5,000 people entered, and I won it. And I got to perform outside of Justin Bieber's like concert. I'll send you the picture so you could see it.
Outside of his concert?
Yeah. So before the doors opened up, Kiss FM had this like pre-game like party thing, and like thousands of people showed up. It wasn't like I was performing in front of 100 people. And then I won it. Got the check, that big check, and then all the radio stations were there.
What did they pay you to win?
$1,000.
Wow.
But at 16 years old, and like 5,000 people entered, that I was blown away that I won. And from there, my dad was smart, and he called all the radio stations. He goes, "Here's my son. He just performed at the Justin Bieber concert." Over exaggerated it,
right?
And then I did like a little radio tour as like 16. But I had no managers, no agents. My parents just really believed in my talent, and so I just. While other kids were maybe playing sports or doing whatever they were doing, I was always at home, like just crafting and crafting.
Are you a musician? Do you play any instruments?
Yeah,
what do you play?
All that stuff that you heard, I created it. So up in this club, all that music I was made by me. The latest song by Heart of David was not made by me. I just rapped on it.
But that's amazing. And you do have a good voice. And you do have that. I bet you. So how long has that song been out? I mean, we don't know when this.
So I think a few months ago, and I calculated the streams all together, and I think it did just a little bit over 1 million.
Have you pushed it though?
One day. I did it on a one-day release. The reason why I'm not fully pushing this too much is because I create so much art forms, like the podcast, the stand-up. This now, getting back into seeing how much people enjoyed this, I'm going to be using music to describe my inner feelings with poetry. So it's just for me and the audience that really follow George Janko.
But you're saying that, except that, you know, and we talked, I did your podcast. I think that what people are drawn to is authenticity, whether they don't share your authenticity, but the fact that it is you, I think that's what all art is. All art and creativity should be who you are. So you shouldn't be concerned about who picks it up or who listens to it. You should just do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about. And then you don't know that this is who's going to receive it. And whoever receives it is supposed to receive it. So I'm surprised that you put something that is so heartfelt and so you and so real out there. And I'm telling you, as somebody who is a judge on a talent show, that's really good. That is really, really good. And not that I am an expert on music or even, you know, that kind of artistry. I got to tell you that has a hook that is drawing me in, and I think it would draw anybody in. And I know how important religion and how you run your life and how you visualize your path, how important that is to you. And the fact that when you can do, you know, and maybe that's why the freestyle is so good, because it's really, rather than building something that you think might work, you're just taking something freely that is coming out of your own heart.
That was the first time I did that on the music.
Right. So that being said, and I was just having a conversation right before we went on the air. If you have a problem, and you're not on my podcast to solve your problems, but if you have a problem, what I've noticed in my little time from you, you're overthinking after the fact. You're an amazing,
my God, dude.
You're an amazing creator. All your stuff is really, really good.
Thank you.
But you will put up blocks. Like if this has been out for a couple of months, and I promise you, when we started this podcast, I didn't know that you rapped. I didn't know that you were even in music. And the fact that, and I've been following your stuff, and I kind of watched your stuff for this podcast. The fact that I don't know this,
that's not good.
Is not good. And you need to, whatever you do, you need to put that same effort behind pushing. Yeah. And just put it out there. And it's not you have no control over how it's received. You only have control over what you put out.
What do you do to push nowadays, though? I feel like it's different than it used to be with the music business. You kind of just create and put it out there, and whatever sticks, and you garner an audience. What do you do what do you mean push?
Okay, well, I'll give you some examples. There's no reason that this shouldn't be the theme song to his podcast. You know,
I thought about that. I get in my head about music because so many loved ones told me to quit music, so that when I got back into music, I think the reason truly I didn't push it more than I did is because I was just really nervous I was bothering people that like came here from
But again, you're overthinking other people. You got to do what you do.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
Well, I'm teaching you. The point is, until you have another song, this should be the opening of the George Janko show every time. You know, and that's my song, and it's available. And if you like it, and if it's speaking to you, then go to Spotify and download it and stream it.
I can't tell you what like the child in me, the teenager that was in high school and like doing this, is feeling right now, standing across from you or sitting across from you, and then you telling me about my music. It's I dreamt about moments like this, so I just want to say
you dreamt about making it. You live in a dream.
Thank you.
And then you wake up and your life is a fucking nightmare.
Why?
He just went dark, right?
Why?
He went dark.
I
That's so
was
negative.
having the best
He
moment
just
of my
said
life.
something nice,
No,
and you
no,
said
no.
his life is a nightmare?
Get
No,
him.
let me tell you.
him.
Let me explain what I'm saying.
You explain.
Because he puts his heart and soul into something that means something to him.
Yeah.
And he is totally blocked by all these thoughts about why he shouldn't be promoting this. Well, I thought when I said, when did you upload this? I thought he was going to say 2 days ago, and I was in, if you rewind this, I was in the midst of saying, we don't know exactly how long after we record this will air. You're sitting here with me now saying it's been down for months. I've seen at least your last month of everything you've been on. There's no mention of this song. None. And that is negative. And that, I'm going to be harsh. That's stupid. Don't do that. You need to, here we are promoting it more here than you should be promoting.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to clip you saying that you really like it.
I'll say it. I would say it, not even a clip. I love his music. I think that this is really good. And I think that it's a shame that you're not pushing it. You have to push everything you do. There are no no's. There are no no's that you don't know. And I will tell you, as somebody who's been in this longer than you, who's done a lot more than you, nothing moved me forward from making decisions not to do something. The only things that moved me forward were the reasons to do something. And we had a talk. If you listen to me, I was on his podcast. I don't know if it's aired already. I don't know if but that was a discussion. You don't say no. I just jump at things. Just jump at things. And you know what? You're going to fuck up. And things are going to hurt, and it's going to be bad. But more good is going to come out of it. No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
But not just no.
I think mentally, when I really review why I do what I do, I guess I'm...
Don't review.
Okay, maybe that's where I should go with it. I should
just do what you do. And whatever you do, you make it the most important thing. I do a million different things. I'm a stand-up comic. I'm a judge on a talk show. I'm a producer. I'm a creator. I'm a business person. I do real estate. Whatever I'm doing, I try to do the best that I possibly can. And in that moment, while I'm doing that, when I was on your podcast, we did your podcast the same day as I'm doing this. I tried to be the best guest I can be. Now I'm trying to be the best host. Well, I'm actually trying to be a really good motivational speaker at the moment.
It's working, to be honest.
No, but what I'm saying is that you're overthinking. And not just you, everybody overthinks. And when I see something this good, and it is a thought out plan to how it is not shared as much as it needs to be shared, then that's a sin. Then that's just stupid. Then that's just wrong. Then that's just giving away opportunities that are there. You don't have to agree with me, but that's what I think.
I've been here for like a few hours, and the wisdom that you dropped on me is by far like the most amazing thoughts. And you're talking as if you really care. And you're not just saying shit
care.
to like say shit. Like the conversation that we had in the green room back there really did open my eyes. You did point out a lot of things that I was doing incorrectly. And I really do appreciate it.
Now I come off like an asshole.
Not
Before
at all.
the show, I was sitting here warming him up by telling him, you know what you do wrong? But she knows it's also
But
a problem of mine.
Of love, I really do.
But it is. And me and Jackie have this discussion many times, and it's a negative. And she goes, you're always pointing everything out, and you're always trying to control it, and you're always telling me how to do. But I feel like that I do it to her the same way as I would do it to you. And when you see, because you pointed out, what? Am I going off too much?
You're going off, but go.
But this is a good go off. This is a good go off. This is a good go off.
As somebody who has been in this business for over 50 years now, and you just said when you were in the music business or you were pursuing music when you were a kid, you don't know how many people told you no. You don't know how many people, I do know how many people told you no. As somebody who grew up in Toronto, Canada, and I was engaged to be married and didn't know anybody in show business. And if I had told them, my plan is I'm going to fly out to LA and make a living by putting a rubber glove on my head, which is how my first big signature piece was, not brilliance. Everybody told me no. And every day I get no's. I've just been able over 50 years to accumulate enough yeses so that you think I'm successful. But I've also accumulated 2 million no's. Every fucking day is a no. More than one no of anything I'm trying to sell, anything I'm trying to do, anything I upload that doesn't go to millions, everything is a no. So I push everything just as hard, and whatever sticks, it sticks. So why do something? Why put your heart into something? Why put your talent into something? Why put your humanity into something and don't push it? The strategy is whether you should do it. And once you do it, you try to hit out of the park. It's like you swing at every, Gretzky says, you miss every goal you don't take a shot on, right? If you don't take a shot on net, you're never going to score. You should always try to score with everything.
I really appreciate that.
All right. Well, we're out of time. That was George Janko. And I think we got the heart of who he is and what makes him tick, right? You were and thank you for opening up so much, George. Thank you. I think people learned a lot about.
Thank you for having me. I felt like it just flew by.
So, you are a real talented guy, and that's what I wanted to point out, and that got me into this, and that's why I do care. So you will pursue that, but
I'm actually going to go push it as soon as we're done, because you're right. I need to stop being so scared of bothering my audience.
Well, speaking of scared, I will talk about this. So you were on probably one of the most visibly successful podcasts and just digital media that exists with Logan, who was not only a co-host and co-worker, but also a really good friend. And you broke up. Yeah. You guys broke up. And I think in this world, it was big news. And I think you've talked about it before. And you said that you started your podcast knowing or feeling that you were on your way out?
Yeah, I think I tiptoe around this conversation just because I tend not to, because it's my point of view, right? So I don't want to go out there and just bash Logan or Mike, because at the end of the day, regardless, I do separate myself from them now. Regardless, God provided me these friends that I had to put me on the platform that I have now.
How'd you meet them? How'd you meet Logan?
I met Logan at the gym, and we became friends, and then we started collaborating. And through knowing Logan, he introduced me to his friends and his opportunities. So everything that I have now, even though I do not associate myself with them, it is given to me from them. So I can't disrespect them. I just chose that it was a time in my life where I have to draw lines and boundaries and say, okay, I got to go do my own thing. And I pray to God that one day we could see eye to eye. But for right now, I got to stop worrying about them and more start worrying about me.
Okay, this is a great sponsor for me, because I have a problem, which I've talked about many times. I don't hydrate.
You don't like drinking water.
I don't. But even if I drink water, I don't drink enough. And this product will take water, right?
Yeah.
And it multiplies your electrolytes. It's 3 times more electrolytes than in the leading sports drink. And you just add this to water.
It's super hydrating.
Can't hear you. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Plus, you don't need to do any more of those IVs if you're hydrated. And this will make sure that you are hydrated because you add it to your water. And then you'll want to drink it because it has amazing flavors. And
that's the key. That's the reason I can't drink water so much, is because when I drink water, I find that it just, you know what it tastes like? Nothing. Okay, so this makes it taste like I like sweet drinks.
It has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water does. So you're getting hydrated faster than just drinking that bottle.
And I don't have to stick a needle in my arm.
Yeah.
I love this. I use this. I need to be hydrated. And I think that's the biggest problem with most listeners and watchers. You don't drink enough water. Every doctor tells you to drink water.
So, and some of the new flavors, what flavors do we have?
I have, right here, I have...
the new flavors are white peach, green grape, lemon lime. Are there any other ones? I think there's other ones too. They have a bunch of other flavors.
This is lemon lime.
Too.
I'm holding lemon lime. But anyway, tell them how to get it.
Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV hydration multiplier, sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Howie at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use code Howie at liquidiv.com.
Can you get a good shot of this, Kenny? Kenny, can you get a good shot of this? Oh, there's more? What? Get it! So what was the first inkling? Because when I was on the show, you guys seemed like glued at the hip, like you were inseparable. This is what you were going to do.
Yeah. I think we're just professionals. We keep it professional, and then sometimes that professional stuff slips when emotions start arising.
I don't know what you mean.
I think we kept it professional. It's like rock band. Like they used to.
Like during the show.
It wasn't as solid when I was around?
No.
Was it more of a friendship thing or a business thing that was deteriorating? I couldn't say it.
That wasn't your Wi-Fi.
I broke.
That was my daughter.
Because you guys were friends before anything else.
Yes.
So that must have been hard. Was it that aspect of it that started to fall apart?
I think it's honestly, I think it just comes down to respect. I think once you stop respecting somebody, they could only dance by themselves with respect until they're like, okay, I could go dance on my own. I don't need it.
Was it the religion?
It's just their point of views, and it got messy, and it just started feeling like I wasn't around people that truly cared for my best interest. And I truly just had to respectfully walk away. And it's just so uncomfortable talking about it because I don't ever want to say anything to make it look like I despise them.
You can talk about this from your perspective and your point of view and your feelings without putting anything.
And you said you respect them.
Yeah.
You've already said that you got what you got and you're in this business because of them. So I'm asking you because I actually respect anybody who is willing to change, and what I mean by change is even changing your, it would be comfortable for you to just be there or maybe uncomfortable. But what I'm saying is to make that decision or to have that decision made for you. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second.
I made that decision.
100%.
I guarantee I could show you that they've welcomed me back, and I said no.
Okay. So to make that decision would be a really tough decision for most people.
This is the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. My sister left her job. Reed, it works for me. My girlfriend, I have a whole team, and I don't mean to be opening up, but I don't spend $1 for myself. I provide for the team because they're providing my dreams by working with me. And when it got to a point where he made me choose the well-being between my team and them, I had to sacrifice my life. And I prayed that God would lift me so that way I don't drop them. And I could tell you confidently within the 6 months that I've been on my own, it would take me 10 years to do that on Impulsive.
So the beauty of this dark decision is, and I believe, listen, the world, I think that we all live just trying to cling on to what we have and how we are. And we feel like when you get a job, this is it. When you have a place, this is it. When you move into a house, this is it. Whether you're forced to or not, the world is going to change. Can you pivot with that world? Obviously, your life with Impulsive changed.
I would actually, I journal. So I journal all the time. And so I could actually go to the day and time that I was feeling certain ways. And you could read through the writing that I have of like what I went through and when my heart started changing. And I said a prayer and I said, God, like, I truly feel like I'm not in the place that I should be. So even if it breaks me or hurts me, take my feet and plant them where they need to be. And through that very wild storm, I wouldn't change a second of it. And let me tell you, Howie, I'm not trying to be dramatic. Bro, there was times I passed out, fell down the stairs because of I was so scared. Imagine,
what was your biggest fear? Like, what would you be scared of?
My biggest fear is that I worked this hard to leave and people made me out to be a man I'm not, and that I had to exit being a man I wasn't proud of because of editing or certain ways they try to paint me. And so I thought if I left that I'd be hated. And there have been so many YouTube people, like big YouTubers that made videos taking out even them. Not only did my team do that for me, but like these guys would only highlight what I did wrong. And it broke me, but go read the comments. You can't hide the truth. Even their audience were like, absolutely not. And it, like, for example, there was a guy named Sunny V2. He made a video about me like literally 3 days ago. It has like 3 million views. Why I ruined the biggest show. 99% of the comments were like, you got this wrong. This was, and they're explaining it in paragraphs. So I moved and the people moved with me. And on Impulsive, we discussed, Mike, Logan, and me. They said, I asked a question. I go, would you rather have the belt and the whole world think you lost, or lose and have the whole world know you win? And they said they would rather have the belt. And I said, I'd rather have the world. And that's how it worked.
Were you scared to walk away because of what you thought others would think of you, how they would perceive you? Are you are you concerned about the perception of who you are?
I am, because I hold a responsibility of setting an example of a man I am. And I try to portray that so men could be a good human being while working hard and accomplishing things that they probably couldn't unless they cheated or they did something wrong. And so what I took this long road by, I bring my manager in here. He's brought me $1 million offers for gambling. And I said, I wouldn't fucking do it for $1 billion. And I've turned down way more money, and nobody will ever know the decisions that I made behind closed doors. And then they started editing and started doing things. And it just, I don't care about money. I don't care about fame to a certain extent. I care about being the best human being that I could possibly be and achieving the highest level that I can. So if you're going to steal something from me, take my money, take my pride, take my ego, but don't take away what I took and my parents took to build who I am, because there is a young version of me that's following in my footsteps. And what happens if he sees a light that I wasn't portrayed to be in, and now he walks away from a foundation that I very much believe in?
I guess the big question is there any way your manager can get me those gambling brands?
I'm getting you a Celsius. I already made a Celsius call.
Yeah, but you just said it's $1 million gambling brand. If he's listening, I'm available.
You'll take it.
David, are you even listening?
I don't give a shit. Okay, but what is the biggest, on a serious note, what is the biggest misconception of you and what happened there that that bothered you? And it's not true. And maybe they got that misconception because of the way you were editorialized, or...
I'm really not, they very much made it clear that I'm not allowed to speak up about things. So I can't even.
Legally?
Yeah.
Was this I didn't know that you guys were in a legal...
Well, he likes to tend to argue with me. And so he argues with me on the podcast and about things. And I think I said, okay, then how about we discuss this, what you've guys done. Let's talk about this. And he goes, yeah, do it. And then I go, okay. And so I tweeted out, I wasn't going to talk out of respect for the man. So, and then his attorneys hit me up and said, hey, let me remind you about the stuff you've signed. And I said, okay.
So not that, and I don't know if this could be, I want to be respectful of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and Logan, you know, he does his podcast here when he's here, and I don't know him that well. And he works with Proto and things like that. And I just said, because I didn't want to cross a line, and I don't want to cross a line with you.
Yeah.
But so I
asked him if you could have me on. He'd probably say yeah, because he knows.
I would not ask if he can have you on. I can have anybody on. But what I said to him, because I'll show you what I said to him, because I'm gonna share this with you.
Yeah. Do you know how to get to your messages?
No, will you show me?
I'm watching him struggle right now.
Get me to my messages.
Here.
Here's what I said to him. I said, I'm having George on, you know, and if there's some place that you don't want me to tread because either of you would get in trouble, you know, legally or whatever. And he answered, I'm just trying to look for his thing. He said, I can talk about anything.
Yeah. I mean,
knowing that you can't.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And also, it's like, I don't know, I didn't want to do that. That's not how my parents raised me to be. I don't need to.
Okay, he just said, I can talk about anything. That's all he said. You could talk about anything. I said, I don't want to step on if this is legal, if this is, and I don't want to, I don't want to offend you,
Yeah.
but you're here to defend you don't have to defend yourself. I'm a fan of everything you do, and I'm a fan of Logan's. I did the podcast, and I had a great time on it. He hasn't come on mine, but and you have. So, what is the misconception that came out to that wide audience that is not true that you want to clear up right now to my audience?
That Bobby Lee episode was edited, and they made me look like I wasn't a comedian that can't take a joke, even though every episode they make jokes on. And the reason I walked away was definitely not put in there.
Okay. And that's it. Now I could leave that in.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, and like, they definitely, they moved around very disrespectfully behind closed doors. They didn't.
That's what entertainment is, though. That's every form of entertainment. Isn't everyone trying to cut certain things to tell a certain story?
Or clickbait or
that's,
whatever.
I mean, that's what when you get into this world of making entertainment, you got to know that they're going to be editing to make it to get as many clicks, to get as many stories, to get as many comments as possible.
Would you sacrifice your dad's integrity for it?
I mean, he did an interview with Tom Sandoval, so I guess so.
Does that mean anything to you?
No.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything to me either. But I got, apparently that's the problem.
So he did, my point is, he did an interview that did not make him look very good, and a lot of people have perceptions of him that are not true.
Yeah.
That he's a cheater or a misogynist, whatever it was. And it's not true. And he knows that. He knows that about himself. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
He knows he's been married to my mom forever and has never cheated, so it doesn't bother him. And he knows that when he comes on the show.
I'm good for, and we talked about that before this show. It's about, you got to feel good. Well, you just said it. That was your whole analogy with, would you rather have the belt or would you rather know that? So knowing who you are and the way it is, did it make for a better show the way it was cut?
That made me miserable, dude. That put me through a fucking terrible time. That was probably the worst moments of my life.
So as a friend, not as a business, but as a friend, it was fucked up. As a business.
No, they did it to... See, it's basically, this is what it is, man. Like, and I'll say this confidently: the truth always comes out. Who you are will come out. If you're a piece of shit, that's gonna come out. If you're genuinely a good human being, that will come out. I don't need to go and bash anybody. I'm very thankful for what they've done. God will show in front of everyone who I am and who the people that tried to stop me.
But the truth is, they didn't stop you. You have...
They tried to.
You have a... What do you mean they tried to stop you?
I mean, bro, they even tried to interfere with my own show, started making decisions for my own show. And I was like, that's where I started going, hey, guys, I've juggled enough for you guys and been disrespected on this show. Now you're trying to come the fuck over here and try to tell me how to run my own house. And I was like, no, fuck you guys.
Do you think you can ever be friends again without doing the show?
If they change their hearts, I'm not proud to call them friends.
Because you guys were really good friends.
I mean, they were really good people at one point.
Well, I don't know that people change. I think they are who they are.
I'm learning that.
All right. Moving on to other things.
And by the way, that's the most I don't think I've ever talked about it like so. I tried to.
There's my cold opening.
Yeah.
I really hope I came off respectful because I don't ever want to.
Would you ever do business with friends or family again?
Of course, I mean,
you're doing it right now.
You do it with your girlfriend?
Yeah, of course.
Are you worried about working with a girlfriend?
Nah, because now I choose specifically off of past mistakes. I learn from them. So like, I don't. I've walked away from different relationships completely fine. I've never had one bad from dating women to working with people. I've never had anybody like walk away and be like, I don't ever want to work with that guy. Like, I very much respect my surroundings and my neighbors. So like, I've never had a problem with anybody that I worked with. Literally not one employee, not one past dating person. And I will make sure that your heart feels comfortable before I walk, or if I do take a direction. There's no need for enemies. There's zero need for enemies.
We're just in a world now, and you are in a well, we are just even doing this. We're in a world now where it's kind of incredibly contentious. You know what I mean? Just by virtue of what it seems to be competitive for clicks, for numbers, for, you know, if they're listening to this podcast, they're not listening to that podcast, and they're not, you know what I mean? We're in a competitive kind of world which sets itself up to be, you know,
A dog world.
yes. Yeah.
It could get rough.
And it will be, again,
Get it? Dog world. Rough.
rough. I do.
I'll stick to the music.
No, no.
Say that.
Wow.
I hand them out equally.
You just adopted her. Wow. That's a compliment from a former Mandel, who's now Schultz. Do you want to get married and have kids?
I do. I very much do.
Have you? How long have you been going out with?
This month is going to be our 4 years.
4 years. And
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Always.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I see what you did there. See what he did there?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. And is there talk of getting married or taking it to the next level?
Yeah, of course. Of course. We definitely are already building our life together.
Do you want to propose right now?
Actually, babe, you think that this is a podcast? This is actually just imagine.
She's right there. She's in the other room.
You could propose
Babe,
right
wash
now.
your hands and come inside. Look at she's dancing. I love you so much.
She's dancing.
That is my best friend right there. Like,
Oh, wow.
I could go, we drive to Arizona because we live in Arizona. And
You live in Arizona?
Yeah, I live in Scottsdale.
I did not know that.
I have a house here, but I go back and forth. I like to live with my mom and dad. Like, not with my mom and dad, but next to my mom and dad. I got a place next door to them. And dude, 5 hours, 5.5, 6 hours driving. Dude, we don't have to play one thing. We could talk the whole time. Like, that woman right there is flat. I've had a lot of blessings in my life. That one is my absolute favorite.
Just wait till you have kids. You're not going to want to take that 5-hour drive anymore.
Or talk for 5 hours.
Or talk. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of silence. Silence will be golden.
See, what I have a good relationship. I've been married for 43 years. And
What's your secret? What's your secret of that?
She doesn't speak a word of English and doesn't understand it. No.
He's on the road a lot.
I was like, I've met her.
I know. I was on the road a lot, and I think that the fact that I'm not there makes me more attractive. You love me more when it's nice to spend an episode with me, an hour with me, a couple of hours with me. To live with me is not fun, and she would attest to that. But my wife and I, the beauty of we don't even need to talk. That's like the one person that I could probably sit, we drive up, we'll go up to Big Bear for the weekend for 2.5 hour drive and not say a word. And that's what?
Is that a sign of a healthy, good relationship?
I think it is.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable
When you
enough
feel
to
comfortable in silence.
Was she taped up in the trunk?
Yeah.
So
we're
that's
into
her
that
thing.
shit, bro.
That's her thing. But I can't imagine talking to anybody for 5 hours. But that's good. I think it's good. What do you guys talk about? What are you talking about? What's the
random things, man. Like we could go from talking about serious, very deep things. We'll share each other's like notes that we talked, like we wrote and like journaled about, or we could talk about literally fucking nothing, and we'll add on to that nothing. Like we'll just make up situations and then just add on to them and make jokes like that. Like she is my best friend. Like we laugh so much.
That's the key.
Yeah,
Laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, 100%.
Unless you have explosive diarrhea, then
I have both, and we laugh about it.
Wow, you're a charmer.
Thank you.
Have you thought about how you're going to propose? Maybe she should go in another room. I want to hear how you're going to do it.
I have an idea.
Is it like super elaborate?
I've gone back and forth on it. I just know that I want to make it something that she'll remember, but I also, most importantly, want it to be...
It could be terrible.
Yeah.
And I promise you she'll remember it.
And you know what? That's still on my radar.
You should do it at
forget it.
Disneyland.
No. I actually said I
That's what
loved
I
her
wanted.
at Disneyland. That was
Really?
the first time. You know what's so funny? It was during the World of Color. Have you guys ever done the World of Color?
Yeah.
Done the World of Color?
Watched it.
Oh, yes.
So we watched the World of Color.
Go ahead.
We watched the World of Color and...
Don't come in. I'm doing the World of Color.
And the Aladdin song came on. I was like, I got to do it to this one. I'm her Aladdin. And
Oh my God.
I like
corny.
I like flipped her around and looked at her.
Flipped her around.
Because I was holding her like this, man. I was like holding her like a real man, dog. I was like, look at these colors.
I flipped her around.
And then I flipped her around. And the funny part is I looked at her and immediately when I saw her and I was going to say it, I realized this was going to be the last time I say I love you for the first time. And so I choked up.
You're so cheesy.
I choked up and I couldn't say it. I got choked up and I got so choked up, I turned her back around.
Flipped her over.
I turned her back around. And then I was like,
And
dude.
she was so dizzy with the world of color and the flipping.
It was a whirlwind of color.
You are ruining a beautiful memory that I had.
Well, you're not describing it beautifully. But go ahead.
And then I flipped her back and I knew I had to explain why I just fucking turned her back and forth.
Wow.
So I took her hand and I put it on my heart. I go, you feel that beating?
No.
Oh, no.
I go,
no.
I'm nervous because
Do we have any really corny romantic music that
I
can
feel
play
like
under
we should
this
do
story?
an animation to this. We should do an animation to
Just
how
a
this
flipping.
went. Yeah.
Till she screams, "Stop flipping me!"
but we're doing the world of color.
Do you have any really free, non-licensed romantic music? We'll get you to tell the story again.
Like a Kenny G type of thing.
Yeah, like
I got
that.
you. I'll get
Okay.
into character.
Okay, we'll do it.
go.
We'll get it. Do we have it? Do we have any of this?
Royalty-free romantic music.
Royalty-free romantic music. I love that.
We could do it in post.
No.
No.
I want the real thing.
No.
I want the feeling.
No. Right.
Do you have
He's
any
just
idea
showing
how
up.
fucking uncomfortable it would be for me to try to act serious with no music playing?
Yeah.
Searching for music for your next video?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we are. Kyle doesn't like the public watching him work. Here we go.
There.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that free?
It says it is.
Okay.
So it must
Here we go. So
Go ahead.
Set
You're
the
watching
scene.
World of Color. Go.
set the scene. Let him set the scene
Okay.
where we are. Go ahead.
It's her birthday.
Was it?
It was. Interrupt me again and we'll...
Let him talk.
How the fuck? I can't work like this.
I'm sorry.
Ruining the
I'm
mood.
sorry.
My daughter ruins the mood.
It was her birthday. We already went to Vegas and had a beautiful getaway. And I knew that I had something very special to tell this woman. And what place can I tell her such happy news besides the happiest place in the fucking world? And while we're at the most beautiful place in the world, I knew I had to take her somewhere that's more colorful than the rainbow itself. A place where dreams really do come true. And so while our song was playing in the wind with the water and all of these beautiful elements, I thought I was so ready to let the love of my life know that I love her. So I grabbed her shoulders, I grabbed it. I spun her around. I couldn't believe it. I was numb, my tongue was struck, my nerves were shot, my gut was still unhealthy from gluten. So I flipped her back. And when I flipped her back around, I had to make sure she knew why I was making her dizzy. So I took her hands. I placed it on my chest. It was beating. The drums were louder than the music itself. And I let her know, baby, I love you. I love you!
I love you!
I fucking love you!
Love you!
That's my bitch right there, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's your bitch right there.
Wow. Wow. Oh my
That
God.
was amazing.
Oh my God.
Got you tingly, huh?
That is so much better than what my husband did.
What did he do? How did he say he loved you for the first time?
We were in Miami at Ultra and we were drunk.
That's all
and
you have to say.
He didn't remember the next day that he said it.
He goes, well, I said it to you?
Yeah, I was
No way.
Yeah, because then I said it back the next morning. He was like, whoa. And I was like, you said it first. He goes, no, I didn't.
Talk about an ultra shock.
We're still going though, so it's okay.
That's okay.
When was the original time he said it? Like
That was it.
That was the original.
I mean, like the next time that he
I
meant
don't even
it.
remember.
That's
I don't
fucked
remember.
up. You guys don't remember the most happiest. Like he doesn't remember. She doesn't remember.
Because a lot of people aren't flipping their loved ones around. That's how you
Try
make
it.
them remember. Flip them around. Flip them around. She loves Disney.
It's all on his shoulders.
Any Disney. You know, she wanted to get married at Disney.
Did you see the proposal where the guy took the ring? Did you see that video?
No.
Bro, you gotta
Yeah.
play this.
Well, what am I looking for?
Well, just say proposal gone wrong at Disneyland. That will,
proposal gone wrong at Disney.
Oh, I did see that. Someone that worked there
dude. I would punch that
took
dude
the
in the
ring
face.
like you're not allowed to do that.
and he
here.
already got permission to do it.
Yeah.
I would have broke that dude's jaw.
Nice.
Do you know?
I love that you're so worried about how you're perceived and that you're gonna break some guy's jaw.
Because I put my girl above me. You ain't fucking up her day, bro.
This is the one that's bad.
Yeah, bro.
Here, let's see
I'm
what
the
this
person
is.
at the
That's a
hospital
commercial.
who reassures you when you get
But well,
shot
after the
and holds your
commercial.
hand when you're
So this is at
scared.
Disneyland.
Due to short staffing,
While we're getting
I'm not
this,
just
my
doing one role, I'm usually
daughter
doing the
here
role
wanted
of
to get
two.
married at Disney, and I didn't
know
let
they're
her.
not getting the care
Why?
that they need.
Because as the
Our
father of the
healthcare
bride, I
system
didn't
is
want to
still
dress like King Triton.
I wanted
wear a shirt.
everyone
so
to be.
magical.
Oh, you wanted them to be there.
in
Oh, here it
character,
is.
yeah.
Watch.
Couple whose proposal was ruined by a staffer at Disneyland Paris. I
love the way he like.
Totally
What is he doing?
ruined.
He took the ring and told him to walk
what
down.
just happened there?
Why?
This guy is popping the question
That's
on
crazy.
stage at Cinderella's castle in Disneyland Paris.
'Cause he's on stage?
Suddenly, a Disney employee swoops in, snaps the ring,
Oh.
orders them.
I hope
What
that guy.
kind of Mickey
But
Mouse
can I
shit
tell
is
you,
that?
there's a
We're
lot of
getting the
people
boot.
that get engaged at Disney. That just made it special, though.
She said yes.
Yeah. She
So
said yes.
to that other guy that goes, "Do you want the ring back?" She said yes to the Disney employee.
He shouldn't
Is this-
have said yes to that shirt though. He should have
No.
changed the shirt. He's too Mickey Mouse looking. He needs to like wear a suit, bro. That's a special day. What are you wearing all white for?
What?
I don't like
That's
the all
not the
white.
Mickey Mouse. What the groom?
The guy proposing.
You don't like the way
I don't like the all
Mickey Mouse just took the fucking ring away from his moment, and you're knocking the way he's wearing. You know,
Well, because he puts a lot of effort into it.
I produced the most.
Play the music. I'll run it back.
I
do it for her birthday.
I produced the most viral proposal.
You know,
on-
Disney goes, sorry about that. Here's free tickets to her.
They did. They try.
get-
Yeah, they
no,
give
they
him like
just
season passes, didn't they?
That is so funny. Hey, I know we ruined the most magical day of your life, but here's a year of magic at Disney.
oh, this is I did when flash mobs were great. Did you remember the show Mob?
Yeah, I used to run and flash people. It was great. Were you part of that?
Yeah.
I knew I saw you.
But I produced the most. This is the most viral proposal in the history of the internet.
Probably not anymore.
I bet you it is.
You think still?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you guys give me the lowdown on who these people are?
So I did this show on Fox called Mobbed, which was you don't remember when flash mobs were big?
I do.
So I did this show on Fox. I produced it, and it was the idea of we will create a flash mob for whatever message you want. So this was this guy came to us. He's actually
You're
a
not going to
genius
play all
idea.
15 minutes of this, right?
It's my daughter again.
Yo, you know what? That hurts.
I'm not.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just saying, like,
But I love pranks. So that's why I love YouTube. That's how I found all of this.
We should do a prank show together.
I would do it.
Would you?
Sure, I'd love pranks. I would love to do a prank show. I've done prank shows. I did a prank show called Deal With It. I did Howie Do It on NBC.
Was Deal With It after Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, I wasn't in it. Theo Vaughn. You know Theo Vaughn?
Of course, love him.
He hosted it for 3 years on TBS. I produced it.
He's hilarious.
That was the one where he had people in their ear. He was in people's ear, and they would be sitting down at the restaurant, and he'd say, "Okay, there's a piece of chocolate cake on the table next to you. Go put your face in it." He'd see what people would do
Jeff
for money.
Dye did this as well. Was he a part of that episode?
I think Jeff Dye did an episode. If there's anybody here,
didn't
that
that go poorly one time where a woman actually threw her wedding ring
Yes.
into the ocean because
Yes.
she thought that
he was cheating.
he was cheating?
We would send people like a kid over to the table with a DNA test, saying, you know. But we're doing. But
Pranks
yeah,
can be mean.
they're not mean, but they're fun. That was my favorite show, is Candid Camera. But were you a prankster ever? You did pranks.
I did pranks. I liked pranks. I like the adrenaline of like, oh, where's this gonna go?
You know what I like? I think of it as, and this is how I pitch this show too. I think of it as, because people will go, it's mean, but I don't think it's mean as much as it is like a surprise party.
It is.
You know, if you like somebody and you want to throw them a surprise party, you have to make that person think that everybody forgot about their birthday, nobody's buying anything, you're a piece of shit in everybody's eyes. And when they're at their lowest, and they feel alone and nobody cares, they open the door and then boom, everybody they've ever met, ever known about is there, and it's a surprise. And that makes the surprise sweeter. And when these things are happening to people and it starts off terrible, like that's how I pitched the idea of this girl crying. She had to be crying thinking that this guy that she thought was the love of her life was not only not the love of her life, but was with somebody else. And then boom, the world with 2,000 people and everybody she's ever loved in her life opens up, and it was the best day of her life. And to this day, they're together with 3 kids.
I love that.
If you both like pranks, you guys should do a prank phone call. We haven't done that in a really long time.
I would love to do that. And also I do mini versions of what you guys are talking about. The like push and pull method. What I'll do.
Well, do you want us to leave the room?
No, I'll
you want to bring your girlfriend in and show us the push and pull method?
I'll show you what it is. If somebody carries something that's very valuable to them and they leave it behind, and instead of being a nice guy and be like, hey, dude, you forgot your new camera you just bought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
You'll steal it.
For like a day.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I'll be like, dude, and I'll fuck with them like, damn, bro, you saved up so much money for that. And I'll just like fucking do like, dude, stop fucking reminding me. I'm like, bro, I got it right here. And now it's like a thing. I've done it so much that if anybody loses anything, they go, George, you fucking have it. And I usually do have it.
You haven't done it with anybody's child, right?
No.
Good. I'm just, that would be frowned upon. They didn't know they left their kid at my place. They were freaked out. They called the police, and then 2 days later,
Free babysitting.
See, glass half full.
Yeah.
I like it.
What do you want to promote?
What are you guys prank calling?
Oh, we don't know.
We didn't have any plans.
Do we have an idea, guys, from the room? Who should we call? Who should we call? Why don't we call Logan and just say, I'm back? No? Mike, Logan.
Call mom.
Your mom? Okay, well, plug it in here if it's dialing. You can, and you'll hear her. We'll all hear her. Oh,
that works.
Excuse me 1 second.
All right.
Abuni.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Here, give me the phone. Here. Here, plug it in.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. What? Hi, how are you? Hello?
I think she hung up.
Hello?
She's just gonna call back. She's probably thinking I'm dying.
No. I'm here. No, she's here. You hear her? Turn the volume up on the side.
Just don't freak her out when you tell her.
No,
Don't
there's
freak-
nothing wrong. Yeah, we love your son, George.
Yeah. Oh, I love him too. Who's this?
Oh, this is Howie Mandel.
Shut up.
Well, then
How is that you?
it is me. What's your first name?
Caroline. Oh my goodness, it's Howie.
Yeah, we're playing a game.
My client is freaking out in her chair too.
Where are you? You have a client? What do you do?
Well, I'm a hairstylist. Yes, I'm with a client. But go ahead. She does not mind. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyway, put it on speaker so the client could hear.
Oh, you are already on the speaker.
Okay, so I'm doing a podcast with my daughter here. I do a Howie Mandel Does Stuff, and George is a guest on our podcast. Your son is here. You can say hello. Say hello.
Hi, mom.
Hi, Bruni.
Hi, Bruni. Bruni.
Yes.
Bruni. Yeah, it's Assyrian for big dick.
No, Georgie. My God, Georgie.
She has her client on speaker.
That means my son.
My son has
You know
big dick.
she's with a client.
Yes.
My son has a big dick.
Georgie, dum. I'm with a client.
Okay, what do you want from me?
no,
You
okay.
called
But
us.
she's laughing so hard right now.
Because you said he doesn't have a big dick. Anyway,
Do you hear her?
hey, Bruni, yes, we hear her laughing at your son's little dick. But here's the thing, and it's funny that you should have brought that up, miss. We're doing a podcast. We're doing a game show. George is standing here. It's my daughter. Say hi to my daughter. This is my daughter.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
That's Jackie. Anyway.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Juju? I don't know what to call you. Anyway, George he says that my mother knows me like nobody knows me. So we have George standing in front of us naked. His back is to us. Describe what we are looking at.
Oh my God. Okay. What do you mean? What are you looking at? You're seeing two cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to tell you?
Do you know
Like,
any
what
identifying?
did
we
you
see
look-
something right now. Do you know
Any
anything
Any
that's
identifying marks or anything? Turn around, George. There. Okay, now, what are we looking at?
I know he has a mark. Is it on his thigh? But then again, that was when he was a little boy, so I don't know if it's still there.
Okay.
That's not the
It
mark
was
we
like
see.
a-
That's not the
it
one
was
we're.
a-
That's not the
That's
one-
not the one we're talking
Mom,
about.
we're talking about right now on my back.
No,
No.
I had you
He
turn
turned
around.
around.
You
He turned
turn
around. So the one that's on his front.
Describe. Go ahead.
Wait, are you talking in his front or in his back?
His front now.
Front
His
now.
front.
He turned around.
Okay, so now we're looking at his front, and what do you want me to tell you? What is there?
Yeah.
It's a game. It's how well you know your son. Is the game.
I mean, I see he has hairy chest.
Lower.
There's one indicating mark that
Why are you so excited, George? What are you so excited about? This is crazy.
Wait, there is one. You guys, you know what it is?
What
There's
is it?
so much echo in here, so I'm not.
It's the
clear
echo. The
on
sound's the problem
That's the
for you.
problem.
There's too
What
much
is it?
echo in the
Is there
salon.
One what?
No, you're the one that has to tell us for the prize.
No, but I'm saying is what do you? She said something, Jackie. said
there's
something
one there's
about
one
something.
mark that we're specifically talking about, or there's one thing about his front. Do you know what it is?
What's her first name again? Caroline, you're a hair person. Would you consider this a runway or a like what would you call this cut?
What cut? You guys are talking about so many different things.
No, we're not.
You
No,
guys
we're
are
not.
upsetting my mother. You're upsetting my mother live.
There's no more laughing on the phone either.
I know.
They're both
The client that's in the chair.
Howie's on drugs.
Yes. I cannot.
To be honest, in her defense, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking about, and I'm a part of this.
We said you're standing in front of us naked.
Okay.
You're facing us.
Okay.
Describe what we see.
Are you talking about pubic hair?
I don't know.
Mom, what does my pubic hair look
see
like?
a very handsome boy.
I'm not
That's
looking
my
at his face.
I see a very gorgeous body.
Mm-hmm.
I see a belly button.
Okay. Innie or outie? Innie or outie?
Huh?
Innie or outie?
No, definitely in.
Definitely. Okay. Keep going.
I see on his thighs he has 2 bites.
Oh, he's 2 bites on his thighs.
And I have a huge
No, like a
spider
mosquito
bite.
bite or a spider bite, something like that.
Spider bites on his inner thighs. He's got
No, not on the inner. It's a little bit on the outer.
on the outer thighs.
Wait,
he's got a
why
lot.
do you
Of,
have-
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Why do you? But you always have that?
And why does your mother know about those?
Are they?
Because I'm his mother.
She's my mother.
Okay, let me
Mommy,
see.
I got bitten by a spider.
No, the
Now
spider's on my
I'm
back,
getting
bro.
into
It's like
that.
this big and it's
But
blood.
why are you showing your mother your thighs?
Well, I was showing her my penis and it's right there.
All right, I'm out of here. My dropped on the ground.
Okay, you're wonderful. You're wonderful. Thank you for your call. Thank you.
Oh my God, it was so nice, super nice to talk to you.
Isn't
Franklin,
it?
And it was
Isn't
very
it?
pleasure talking to you, Jackie.
Nice to talk to you. We love your son, and you should be very proud. You raised a good boy.
Thank you so much, Howie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Caroline.
I'm super proud of him, and I am a big fan of yours. So
Thank
have a
you.
blessed
Well,
day,
I'm a big
Howie.
fan of your son, and now I'm a big fan of yours. What do you put on a spider bite on your inner thigh? What should he put on it?
Steroids. I have steroids for it.
Really?
Yeah, I have a spider bite.
Why don't you take a 5-hour drive to Arizona, talk, and then go there, and mommy can kiss it better?
I just came back from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
That's why she knows.
Yeah.
You show her your spider bites.
Mommy, look, can you imagine?
I've never gone to your house to show you any like spider bites or anything.
No, I don't want to see your spider bites.
Hey, Mom, it's totally fine to hang up if you'd like.
What?
What?
She just wants to hang out. She's smoking a cigarette outside. Her client's inside with color in her
I
hair.
literally have a client. I gotta
No,
go.
I know you got a
she has to
client.
go.
We should
She's going to the lady. Don't worry, the die will be setting. I'm going to talk about my son's penis. Please.
I swear to God, if you only see her face right now.
Oh, really? Well, I swear to God, if you can only see your son's inner thighs right now.
You guys made my day. I gotta go.
Bye.
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 Love you.
And what about your son? Okay.
I said love you to my son.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. Bye. There you go.
Thank you. We should have called my dad. That Middle Eastern man would have been so confused right now.
That was good, though. You're good.
Thank you.
What do you want to promote? The podcast, the George Janko Show.
Yeah. Come by. We just had you as a guest coming out. I don't know when this is coming out, but
we'll figure it out. We'll make these come out together. The song. I want everybody to download, and we're going to put the link to the song. What's the name of the song?
The Heart of David.
The Heart of David. This guy is a truly talented, not only YouTuber, broadcaster, comedian, but he is a music maven. So do that.
Ooh,
Check that out.
A music
And you have a beautiful girlfriend who's also talented, who co-hosts with you. And hopefully in the next month or two, he'll flip her to commitment.
Still on the proposal, huh?
Not really, but I think that was a theme of today's show. Thank you. You were wonderful.
You know what, Howie?
What?
I'm going to flip my girl tonight just for you.
That's nice.
Are you a top or a bottom?
Doesn't matter.
All right, on that note, hey, subscribe. No, you can keep the music. You keep the music. Subscribe, go to HowieMandel.com, get the merchandise. George Janko, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys for having me.
Your mother is great.